shelter underneath the table. He used to have like a cage.
Under the shelter? Under the table?
Yeah, so like a cage. He used to put a metal cage underneath the table. So if the house collapsed in, he used to hit the table, but the cage used to protect you. I remember, like, you know, walking round and where he used to go to school, he used to have the berries balloons up in the field. And he used to watch the planes come over and the German planes and things like that, you know. So, weekend we used to go and see a musical show and things like that, the old time, you know, which was quite good, like, you know. And he used to go right up in called the gallery, right at the top. He used to only be about, I think about a shilling in those days. And he used to sit right in the gallery, he used to watch the stage show, the theatre, you know. It was quite good, like, you know. Saturday morning, we used to either go pictures. We used to, you know, like go pictures in the morning, this sort of thing like that. And then if one of you only had a certain amount of money, we used to all club in, get two to go in, then open the back door. Open the back door and let the couple in, you know.
I don't think you could get away with that now.
No, that's how we used to do it, like, you know. You couldn't have a lot of sweets, you know. And, there used to be like a place along the river, like we call Channel. There used to be like a chocolate factory. We used to get in the chocolate factory when it was little.
Wow.
And a bit of chocolate. Well, chocolate in those days, you know, because things were on rations.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that.
Godsend, you know, it used to be like cocoa chocolate.
So you'd be able to get into the chocolate
factory. You used to get bits of broken chocolate and you used to share that with all the street boys, you know, girls, you know. So Johnny had a little piece of butter, a couple of eggs, bread. Bacon was very rare. Bacon was very rare.
It's been a special treat.
It was like a luxury and things like that, you know. Even an egg was a luxury. You used to have like custard powder and milk powder, you know, because milk was very scarce and all things.
Really?
Yeah.
So what?
Well, trying to get through transport and things like that, you know, during war times. And so you used to give like powder milk. You used to make your tea up with powder, you know.
What would you do if you had like a special occasion and like you only had a few things
to work? Birthday, like something like that, yeah. Well, you had to do what you got, you know. I used to try and go down the market when I was little, and then when the blokes used to sell the spuds and greens and things like that, if the potatoes fell off the barrow, you used to pick them up, put them in the bag, so you had a little bit of luxury, like, you know. So,
that's been really hard. I guess you got used. You just adapt.
Things were, you know, like, well, like 1 and 2. Used to say you've got no 2 pennies made together, you know. I might say, you know, it's just like things like that.
Especially for kids as well, it must have been quite hard. I suppose you craved like sweets and things like that.
Yeah. Ice cream was full. It's one of them blue moon, you know, things like that. Well, gradually the ration book went gradually sizzled down, you know.
Right.
You had to, inside the book you had the clothing, coupons, you know, like, and then when you went to get your shopping, you had just like, say, one stamp. I think it was a nice little stamp you used to have, or give the stamp to the bloke, and give yourself what you ever had, you know what I mean? So you had a little bit of butter, you used to give a stamp for a little bit of butter, or something like that, or whatever you want, eggs. See? So, you know, it was very hard, you know. If you had a family of, say, 5, you know, in a family, you know. So in my family was Mum, Dad was in the War Army. There was me, my other 2 brothers and 2 sisters. So Mum was trying to feed a family of 5 children and things like this, you know. My mum used to scrub floors and everything else to make ends meet, you know what I mean? So,
was your dad fighting in the war?
Yeah, see, so, you know. Then he came home when he was like done so many years service, and he sent you home, and you was like home guards, you know, like things like this. So, you know.
So he wasn't away for years?
No, he was only away for a few years, you know, and then he come back.
What was that like for you as a kid? Was it hard seeing your dad leave and not come back for a couple of years?
So you had all jobs to try and do, you know, and help out, and even when you used to do the wood for old people, they might give you a couple of pennies or something like that, you know.
Just anything you could do.
Yeah, see. Even if you had a better shilling, man, you thought it was like gold, you know.
Do you just give it to your mum?
Yeah, see things like that.
You weren't evacuated then, were you?
I was evacuated to my auntie's, I was.
Okay.
And I said to my mum, I only remember bits and pieces when my mum was alive. And it's just things used to pop in your head.
Yeah.
And then my auntie used to be on my mum's side, right? She used to, it was kind of a big field, a house in the middle, and then she had a little lake there. And she had about 3 dogs.
That sounds nice.
Yeah, well, the dogs would keep her company, but and I said to my mum, I used to go by train up this, I said I used to walk up this hill. Sometimes his sister used to take me. I used to walk up this hill and got to the top and then turned right, all the way along, and on the left-hand side, she could do this big house.
Sounds quite idyllic, doesn't it?
So, but I was only about 4 or 5 in those days, yeah.
Did you go with your brothers and sisters as well, or was it just
sometimes one of your brothers go with you, but when little pieces come back in your mind, you remember things, you know, like, I think myself, you know, like, since I've grown up and everything else, and I gradually worked my way up. Now, you know, when my mum used to scrub the floors, and I said to myself, like, you know, as I grow up, I'll be better myself, you know, like, gradually I've got my own house and everything else, like, you know, but in those days,